Hello and welcome back to another video. Today's video we are going to be talking about my race recap for Barry-Roubaix. So I participated in the 62-mile race category. I started wave 2, so it was about 3 minutes after the start. While I talk about this, I'll be playing clips throughout this video of race footage. I decided to not vlog the footage, so it's all a GoPro mounted underneath my computer, my cycling computer, so expect to see that. There were a couple key points in the race, interesting sections, we'll call them, but yeah, let's get into it. So overall, this 62-mile race ended up being 64.3 miles, or 0.4. I think it actually was 64.8, but there was at least 0.4 of a mile of walking / running, and you'll see that in the video clips because there was a solid section where it was on and off of just sand pits, and when you have a lot of people trying to go through a 6-foot wide path, it gets congested, and when you try to ride through it, like I'm not the best bike handler in the world, but I'm pretty confident when it comes to sand, and I could ride through a lot of it, but then some of it there were just too many people that were already walking in the way. So yeah, there was at least 0.4 of a mile of walking. But I do love how this posted 62-mile race was almost 65 miles. But it was great. So overall, according to Garmin / Strava, it was 4,400 feet of elevation gain. It took me 4 hours and 14 minutes, 15.2 average miles per hour. I burned almost 3,000 calories. It was a good day. It was a really good day. I got sunburned. It was between 45 and 55 the entire race, but it was no cloud in sight, blue skies, and sunny. And it's funny, I didn't realize I got sunburned until I got back to my brother's house and looked at the back of my hands, and they were pretty red. So, that being said. But basically, this race kind of served as a tune-up race for Unbound. So Unbound is now a month and a half out. So I'm feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good for Unbound. The goal for Unbound is sub 6, which I think is doable. So Unbound's going to be 100 miles with, I think, 3,500 feet of climbing, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I'm excited for Unbound. Barry-Roubaix went well. It was my third fastest 100K ever, and it was on gravel, so I think that at least has to speak to something about the shape that I'm in. I'm probably the fittest I've ever been, at least in terms of being fit on the bike. So that's pretty exciting for this season. I think the number one try-hard race this year will be Lutsen because it is a qualifier for Leadville. Do I think I'm going to qualify? Probably not, but it's still going to be the one that's like the number one race of the season for me because regardless of the outcome in any of the other events, there's nothing to gain from doing better. Obviously, it will make me feel better about myself and my fitness, but specifically at Lutsen, it is a qualifier event. All right, so let's get into this a little bit. So the first 5 miles was pretty much all pavement. The first 10 miles, me and the group that I was in, we averaged about 20 miles an hour. So we were 10 miles in at 30 minutes. It was quick, extremely quick. And then we hit the sand. The next 5 miles was, I want to say 23 minutes. So less than probably even 14 miles an hour, around there. It was rough. I'll be honest. Some guy, you'll see it in the video, some guy had a bleeding finger and nice holes in his mog. But yeah, he must have had a nasty crash. I didn't see the crash. I only rode by him while he was walking. Yeah, so the sand was rough. There was so once we get to the end of the pavement, you turn right onto a gravel road, and then there's 3 rolling hills called the Three Sisters. Those were a pain, but the first two were fine. The third one was a bit steeper. That was all good. There were a couple other fun key points in this race. Like at one point we were going through, like it was a little grass section onto almost, I don't know if it was actually single track or if it was like hiking trails or something, but it was pretty fun. It was something different than just mainly gravel roads and paved roads. I believe half of this race was gravel and the other half was a collection of other types. So I believe Unbound is going to be basically 100% off-road. So I have to take that into account too. But yeah, my bike is still dirty, even though we are a couple of days after now. I had planned on filming this video still in Michigan, like soon after the race, but I was busy. So, but yes, that is my MV Mog. It did amazing. I was running 2.1 Thunderbirds, which I would say was the correct tire choice for that. I think for Unbound, from the videos I've watched on tires, I may need to go with something with a little bit more puncture protection, but I plan on being out there a week early with other tire options to do some testing, essentially, during the work week. Yeah, so we finished in a time of 4:14. We got like 118th place or something like that. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I think I got 118th in my age group, which is one thing. But no, I had fun. My fitness is really good right now. And yeah, I mean, there's not really much more to say. There was a climb called the Wall. I understand why it's called the Wall. It was a pretty vertical pitch. It was a good event. I would do it again, although it falls on the same weekend as Sea Otter most years, and next year I would like to go to Sea Otter. So I don't think I will be doing it next year. But I mean, I would recommend it to anybody who was thinking about going. It was a lot of fun. The before and after, like for the 62-mile race, it didn't start until 11 a.m. So like you could, like I got there at 9 and I picked up my bib that morning. It's like you have plenty of time in the morning to do things. But yeah, it was good overall. Wasn't super windy, even though I still wore a long sleeve insulated jersey, and I would say that was the perfect amount to wear because of how flat it is. So when there was wind / when we are physically moving on a bike, it did get a little chilly. But yeah, it was fun. Let me just look up the results here so I can be truthful in what I am saying. All right, so within the men under 34 division, I placed 121st out of 147. So, not last, which is good, and not particularly far up. Overall, I was 717th out of 1,034. So, top 3 quarters. I'll take it. It's my first true gravel race. So it was a lot of fun. It was fun. It was grueling. The one thing I will comment on is in training, I usually eat or try to eat around 60 to 90 grams of carbs an hour, depending on what the workout is. And for this race, because I didn't want to fly with my drink mix. I ordered some to be delivered there, and it had a different carb amount per serving, which was kind of annoying. So I ended up essentially trying to eat 110 grams of carbs an hour, and that was definitely too much. That 20 gram difference was definitely too much. I'll probably stick to 90 to 100 for Unbound. Obviously, maybe 60 for the first couple hours for the first 2 to 3, and then up it to 90 basically for the last 3 to 4 hours of Unbound. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun. I'd do it again. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. I hope to make more race recaps in the future, hopefully with better footage, to be honest, because my camera died. So I did not get the finish line, which was kind of annoying. So you won't see that in this video. But for Unbound, I just need to figure out how to be able to take clips differently. I did get a newer action camera from Insta360 that should be able to do interval videos, so I might try that just so that I don't have to worry about turning it on and off. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.